Hello there, my name is Xander. Today I'm going to be teaching you actors out there my method for best memorizing lines. Now, of course, there are tons of ways you can do this, but this is the method that has worked best for me. And if you do it and put the work into it, I'm sure you will go on stage and have a great time and not have to worry about your lines at all. Not much is needed for this, but you should gather a few things. Of course, you should have the part that you're wanting to memorize at the ready. Along with this, you'll want some paper, a pencil or a pen, and a highlighter. So let's just get started. The first step is a very simple one. You just want to understand your part. Do this by reading through your script or your monologue or whatever it is you're memorizing a few times. Highlight all of your parts as well. Make sure you have a good understanding of what is happening with the story and with your character. This is a really important step because when memorizing, you want to avoid having any bad interpretations due to the lack of knowledge on your part. You could fall into this trap that actors often struggle with where you memorize your lines a certain way and then you want to switch it up, but you kind of keep going back to that because that's the default for you, if that makes sense. The next step is to copy all of your lines down to paper at least once. HuffPost made an article in 2016 saying that writing things down improves your memory. Writing all your lines down on paper is a great starting point for when you are going to actually start memorizing your lines. It'll bring you a little bit closer to the script initially. Now with this step, it is important to use an actual pen or pencil and paper. You do have the option to use a computer, but I'd advise against it. Harvard University back in 2017 said that they prefer their students take notes using low-tech devices such as pens to improve your memory and understanding of the materials. The exact same thing applies here. The next step is to go through your part line by line until you memorize each section of it. You will want to devote quite a bit of time to this step because it doesn't come right off the bat. Memorizing takes time and you want to make sure you get it down well. According to memorize.org, memory is entirely composed of repetition and reinforcement. This is the repetition part, of course. The next and final step will be the reinforcement. As you start to memorize, you should go back from the start and see if you can do all that you've already learned again. Memorizing is easy if it's short term, but if you're wanting to retain it, it's going to take a lot more practice. The last step, the reinforcement step, requires pen and paper once again. Now that you've gone through line by line and memorized your part, it's time to put it to the ultimate test. Here you will write your lines from start to finish with no context. It's up to you to determine what comes next chronologically, as well as what the correct words are. If this isn't something that you can do in one take, then you should go back a step and rework the parts that you were struggling with. If you can do this successfully a few times, then I'd say you've got your lines down pat. That's all there is to it, but there's something you want to make sure of. When you are doing this process, I recommend being awake and attentive. If you do it when you're tired, you're more likely to forget everything that you worked so hard on. A lot of it can be kind of boring and time-consuming, but it's crucial that you take it seriously when memorizing lines, whether you're using this process or not. But that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you out.